Hey everybody, today I'm going to break down an article that is the 7 challenges restaurants are facing that I saw recently in the LA Times. I'm going to break it down for you, the 7 items that they listed, and kind of give you my opinion of how you can best handle those 7 challenges coming into the year 2025 here. So let's jump into my computer and take a look at that article. Hello, everybody. If you're not familiar with me, my name is Ryan Gromfin. I'm an author, speaker, chef, restaurateur, and founder of therestaurantboss.com, as well as clickbacon.com. And like I promised, I'm going to break this down for you. These are the 7 issues facing struggling restaurant industry in 2025. So let's start with kind of the first point that they brought up here, labor cost. So again, I'm not going to read this article to you. You can go and find this at the LA Times. The URL is right up there. But for me, labor cost has been and always will be a challenge. This is not something that's ever going to go away. Look, labor is getting more and more expensive. The realities are team members don't want to work in the restaurant business and don't have to work in the restaurant business like they had to before. So there's a lot of really high level ways we can solve this. The way you're going to solve this in your restaurant is you're going to simplify your menu. You're going to simplify your operation. You're going to simplify your processes, and we're going to utilize technology and machinery. And so if we look at the trend of restaurants, we're seeing things that are going to one specific item, a taco restaurant, a fajita restaurant, a rotisserie chicken restaurant. Those are the restaurants that are crushing it right now. They're crushing it for 2 reasons. One, they're really appealing to what the guest wants. The guest wants the best of anything they can find instead of these big generic menus. And then they're profitable because they're simplified in their labor. They need less labor. So like I said, we're going to go through this quick, but that's how you're going to solve that problem. Food prices. Look, there's not much we can do about egg prices and things right now. Let's not get into political conversations about why this is happening. But the way you're going to handle food prices is, again, you're going to simplify, you're going to eliminate waste, you're going to be very particular about what you order. You may not think that waste is a big part of what you're doing, but let's take a menu that has 50 items on it, and let's say that you sell, in a perfect world, 10 of those a day, which you don't. You sell 100 or 200 of one item and you sell 0 of another. You are going to have waste. Now, don't give me this whole load of BS that, well, we don't bring any ingredients in unless we use them on multiple dishes. So even though we have a lot of dishes, we're not bringing that many ingredients in. You're wrong. Smaller menus are going to have less waste. You're going to have more buying power, and you're going to be able to perfect the production of that product. That's how you're going to handle this. Health insurance is another conversation here. It goes back to you're going to need to be able to operate with less team members. I think health insurance is great. I wish all small businesses could offer health insurance. I wish we had better state. I wish we had better federal health insurances. But the reality is, if you're small, you don't need to offer this. It would be great if you could. As you get bigger, you're going to have to offer it. But again, as we're looking toward the future, your labor is going to continue to get more and more expensive. You're going to need to be looking at models that can operate with less labor, models that can operate with kiosks, with machinery, with robotics. Smaller, simplified menus, again, is how we are going to solve this. Credit card fees. You know, I'm not a fan. You want to pass your credit card fees on to your guests, go for it. I don't like that when I'm a guest, and guests have proven over and over again they don't. There's a lot of options on the marketplace that allow for cash discounts or allow for fees to be passed on. The reality is it's a cost of doing business. If you are operating your restaurant correctly and your margins correctly, and you are delivering quality to the guests that they value, this shouldn't be a problem. The one thing I'm going to say here is don't make your business problem your guest's problem. Don't take the fact that you are not creating large enough margins by offering great service and a great product to the exact customer that desires it at the exact price point they want. Don't tell me that the only way you can make money is to pass the credit card fees on to them. That is a business operation problem. It is not a credit card problem. Childcare, I mean, this is a real thing. the way we're going to handle this is, again, less labor. I'm not so sure. Look, this is a real problem. There's no question about it. I'm not so sure I'm really in a position to help restaurant operators solve this problem. Again, I wish that states and I wish that the federal government had better opportunities for affordable childcare so that way people who want to work could work. We're going to have to get more flexible in the restaurant industry in some of our jobs. We're going to have to provide more. It's already starting to happen. But again, my solution to all of these problems is we need to figure out ways to operate restaurants with less labor. Delivery app fees, again, I don't see this as a problem, and I never have seen this as a problem. I look at delivery apps as a tool to help you either outsource part of your business that you don't want to deal with, which is the whole process of the delivering and all of that, or to bring you new customers and then you do the delivery yourself. If you've never done delivery, then pay the fees. Mark it up 10, 15%. Pay the fees, pass the fees on to your guests. In this case, I don't really care what fees you pass on to your guests because this is a choice. They are choosing to have their food delivered. So if they want to pay more, that's fine. But mark up your product 10%, pass on some of the fees to your guests, that's fine with me. If you are a business that has your own delivery team, then you should be using these delivery apps as marketing. And then you should be putting materials into the bags to get them to come to your website and order from you directly and do the delivery directly. If you're not good at that, there are plenty of restaurant apps that can compete out there, and you can take advantage of that. Service charges and tipping, stop them is my thing. Just stop them. Stop the service charges. The tipping, I'm okay with in certain situations. In other situations, I'm not. But, if you are a business that should be tipped, I'm okay with flipping the screen over and letting them tip. Just make sure you keep the tips reasonable. Don't flip the screen over and have me look at 18% as the lowest fee. I've seen some where they flip it over. It's 22, 25, and 30, or 22, 28, and 32. That just pisses me off. You should have an option for, a 12, a 15, and an 18%, a 14, and 18, and a 22%. Something that people can choose. I know they can always put in their dollar amount, but let's get away from the service fees. Offer a good product, provide it in a manner that your guests want it, make your prices fair. By fair, I don't mean cheap. By fair, I mean fair. And let's get away from the service fees. I think that is all 7 of them. Yes, it is. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of quick rundown of how I would address these issues. I haven't had a time to study this too much. I looked at it quickly. I loved it, and I thought I would make this video for you. Again, check out our website, therestaurantboss.com. We have a membership if you're interested in joining that, where we do some trainings once a month. We also have a financial management tool called ClickBacon. You can go to clickbacon.com and check that out. It integrates with your POS. It integrates with QuickBooks Online, so you can get really good, rich data about your food costs, your beverage costs, your labor costs. You can take actionable steps to improve that. And then lastly, if you haven't, grab a copy of our book, Make It Happen. It's completely free. We just ask you pay a couple dollars for shipping and handling because we're going to actually send you a physical copy of that book. You can get all this information. You watch tons more videos and learn about all of our services that we offer here at The Restaurant Boss by heading to therestaurantboss.com. I want you to remember something before you go. I'm a big fan of systems, processes, and procedures. So systems create freedom. Freedom creates value. Value creates scale. I love every single one of you crazy restaurant people. Have an absolutely amazing day. Bye-bye.
Make It Happen is the book I wish I had when I was operating restaurants. Inside are the lessons that took me 10 years to learn and 10 more years of teaching to perfect. I've condensed the most important lessons into this tiny book for building a big restaurant business. I am on a mission to improve restaurants all over the world. Because of that, I want to send you a free copy. Grab yours today at therestaurantboss.com.